After a 4 AM start, we're heading straight to the hotel. Dropping off our bags and heading straight into Venice itself. Luckily the station is opposite the hotel and is one stop away from Venice St. Lucia, and it takes about 5 minutes into the centre. I mean, who doesn't love a double-decker train? Welcome to Venice. After an early start, we need some breakfast, and you'll find plenty of places like this offering little breads topped with different toppings. Then, of course, a trip to Venice isn't complete unless you go and see the famous bridge, also featured in Far From Home Spider-Man. And then we're off to find some of Venice's famous cannoli, little pastries filled full of different creams. Of course, you walk around Venice, Italy, there's loads of pizzas, sugary treats, chocolate and ciabattas filled full of local delicacies. The next destination on our map is to find St. Mark's Square. This is the home of Cafe Florine, which opened in 1720 and is over 300 years old. Apparently, this is the oldest cafe in Europe. And not just the oldest coffee house in Europe, it looks exactly the same way as it did 300 years ago. Venice really has food everywhere. Today we're off to find Venice's food market. Go. Nice hams and tapas. This street seemed to be where all the locals were, and the prices were a lot more reasonable than the other half of Venice. I think we're going to try here for a bit of a snack and some croissants and coffee. Looks nice, good scenic view behind us. This cafe proved to be one of our favourites. 2 coffees, an Aperol Spritz, a ciabatta and a pastry cost us less than €19. And what a view set outside. This street had a butchery and all the locals queuing up outside. It also had the McDonald's, if we go to Venice for a McDonald's. We're stopping off to find the roof terrace. Apparently this gives one of the best views of Venice, so we're off to, it was closed yesterday because of the rain, so today we're off to see if we can get onto the terrace. On the website it said that this place had a stone staircase to get up to the terrace, but it's got now a space age waiting room. It is free, but you have to book before you get there to get into it and see the great views over Venice. I mean, this is like one of the highest points apart from the bell tower to see Venice, so it's worth a trip, and like I said, it was free. You just book online in advance. On our list was to find Venice's famous food market, but I think to get to the food market you have to go by the crack of dawn. I think we're too late. Well, we found it, but it's not here. When the market's in full swing, it must look spectacular, boats dropping off produce, but not today. There were a couple of traders there selling their fruit and veg, really nice produce. There was a couple of salami shops and butchers on the side of the market. It was nice to see this quality produce at this time of the year. Loads of veg, loads of Italian ingredients, especially globe artichokes. That is the terrace we're just on, right up there. Look at the size of these macaroons. Doesn't take much to flood, does it? So after a few hours of rain last night, you can see how high the water level in Venice is. It floods really fast, so worth taking some wellies. And we were lucky. Cafe Florine was closed on the second day, closed from the 9th of January to the 18th of January, so we're over a few shops. So you're going over in January, please be aware of closures. As the heavens are open, we decided to get out of the rain and popped in to see one of the local opera houses. Out off the Harry's Bar, and this is where the famous blini was invented. It's closed. We're going to have to find a blini somewhere else. It's a beautiful, you said that's your opera house, didn't you?
Oh, it looks very, there's stairs going up.
St. Paul's Cathedral. Now it's really worth hunting out some good bellinis in Venice. There's some real horrible versions down on the river where it's really touristy. We headed to the back streets for a bellini. This is a combination of Prosecco and peach puree. And now for dinner. We stopped at some restaurants on the river. Like I said, had some horrible versions of bellinis, but we found this little seafood place right next to the bridge in the centre of Venice. Value for money, a really good service and great food. Limoncello to finish. Now to me it tasted like a messed up lemsip and pretty strong. Loads of walking, great day. We headed back to St. Mark's Square to take a picture of the Christmas tree, but the lights weren't on tonight like they were yesterday. We have had a very wet walk back to highly advised to use a sat nav when going around Venice when you're walking. It's easy to get lost. Super easy. On day one of Venice, both our phones ran out of battery and we ended up walking around in circles due to there being so many back streets, so a sat nav is highly needed if you're going to walk the back streets. Thank God for the umbrella. It's time to get back to the hotel.